Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to work on our underwater game. In order to do this game, the first thing you need to do is to select the following background. So you're going to come here, look through all the pictures and select this one. Then you're going to click on the sprites and you're going to click here, find the ball, grab the paddle. In this case, my paddle was green and I can change it to pink. I just flip from sprites to customs. And I can shade it by clicking on the paint bucket. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my U1 sign. So I'm going to come here. Oh, I take it back. I'm not going to go there because I have to go to the paintbrush. So here's my paintbrush and I'm going to write it in pink since I'm already in pink. I'm going to click on text. I'm going to come here. I'm going to write U1. Okay. I'm going to put my exclamation point, and when I click on scripts, it already designed it. So I am ready to start doing most of my programming. Before we start coding, you're going to click on the stage, and on the stage, we have to draw a line at the bottom. And that line is going to be that when we code it, it's going to say whenever it reaches that specific color, it says you lost pretty much. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to click here on the background one. I'm going to go to backdrops. And now I can draw my line onto my background. So I'm going to grab the line. And this is a really important one because we have to code this line so that when the ball touches a specific color, it stops. So we have to make sure that we pick a color when we're making our line that it's not here. So no greens, no oranges, no pinks. So I am going to go, especially no blues, I'm going to go with something like bright red. And then here is my line size. I want it nice and thick. Now, when you're drawing your line, right, your line has to be down here. So I'm going to draw my line. If you guys mess up, right, let me do my line again. If you guys mess up, here's the undo and the redo. So you can always do that. Do not hear clear because then you erase your entire background. Okay, now that we have everything, we have our background, we have our ball, we have our paddle, we have our line, and we have our U1 sign. Now it's time to start coding. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the code for the ball. I'm going to click on here. I'm not going to change the ball color, but I'm going to come over to script and I'm going to start dragging the things that I need. Now, we are going to need a score one. So before you even start, you're going to go to data, make a variable, write the word score one time, and click OK. There, now you have it. You don't have to go back and make it. So let's go back to what we need. Okay, the first event is going to be this one. I'm going to need 3 of these little guys. So I might as well drag them out. So here's my 3. Then I'm going to start with go to, which go to is under motions. Okay, and I'm going to come here to go to X. And this is going to be a 0. And this is going to be 160. Then I have to do point in the direction of 45 degrees. So point in the direction, and I'm going to change this to 45 degrees. Then I'm going to go to control, and I'm looking for forever. Now, I know that I'm going to need forever a couple times, so I'm going to drag it. Here's one time I'm going to need it here. I'm going to eventually need forever. Let's see. Down here, I'm not putting it on, well, after this one. And I'm going to need it here because there's something else that's going to go on in the middle. So I have them there for now. All right, so the next thing I'm going to go is I'm going to go to motion. I'm going to move. And this is going to be 15 steps. If on the edge. So I'm going to look for now if on the edge. If on the edge, bounce. Okay, so we just pretty much programmed our ball to, if it gets to the edge of the screen, bounce back. All right, so let's go to the next code, the one that I have over here. And this code that we're working on, the one on this side, is the one that tells the ball when you hit this color down here, you tell the ball that you hit this color down here, it's going to say, or it's going to stop. So this is how we do it. All right, so we're gonna come to control again because we're looking for weight. This one, remember I told you it goes first. Then I'm gonna click on my forever. And then I have another one that goes in here, which is an if. I'm gonna drag my if, and it has to be the if that has this hexagon. Okay, so now it needs a blue inside, and then I need a stop all right here. So let me look for my stop all before I switch off, and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so this is saying wait 1 second, do this forever, but when it hits the following color, it's gonna stop. So now we're gonna set this up for the color. So this one's gonna be a sensor. Touching color. So we're using a touching color right here. And as you guys can see, the touching color that defaulted on mine was a green, and it has to be a red. So you click on it here. When you see the little hand pop up, you touch the color and it automatically matches the color. So now we know that it belongs together. All right, so now let's do the last one right here. So I have my forever. So now I'm looking for my if, which is going to be in control. So I'm going to come to my if. I'm going to drag my if in here. Okay. I need another sensor, and this one is the paddle, touching paddle. So touching, I'm going to put the pointer one because the pointer one has a drop down and I can select the paddle. All right. So now I need another orange thing here, which deals with the score, but we already created score. So I know that when I come here, all my stuff is here. If you go to data and your stuff is not here, you have to make the variable, you have to write the word scored, and then everything appears. So change score. So here's where you set your score. I'm just going to put 0 for now. We'll just talk about what needs to be here in a little bit. Okay. Now, what do I want it to do after it changes the score? Well, I want the ball to go somewhere else, right? Because this is what I'm programming. When you're selecting your turn, this many degrees, you guys have to be very, 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 very careful because you want it to turn the right way. So now we're replacing the inside part instead of with a number with pick a random degree. So let's go to operations. I'm going to drag my pick a random and it's going to go in there. There it goes. So my random degree is going to be 170 to 190. Now I'm going to select another blue one for motions, and this one's going to be move 15 steps. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to put move 15 steps, and the last one is on control, and it's going to be wait and how many seconds we're going to wait. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to go 0.5. I just coded my ball. So let's see how it goes. When I click on my flag, my ball's going to bounce. The minute it hit the red line, it stopped. I still can't move this like I would want to because I still haven't programmed my paddle. All right, so I have to make sure before I program my paddle that my paddle is where I want it to be, and I want it to be low enough that it's not touching the red line. So very important. It cannot touch the red line, but it has to be low enough because you don't want to be playing paddle ball in the middle of your screen. So the next one's super easy. You guys finished the hardest one. Okay, the next one's going to be the paddle. So the paddle, we know that we have to go to events. So we know we need this. Then we go to forever. So we're going to look for a forever. Here we go. Here's my forever. And then set is going to be in blue. Set X to the mouse. So we're looking for set X. Okay. All right, let's see. This is set Y. We need set X to, and instead of the 0, we need to look for sensing, and we're looking for the word mouse. Oh, okay, mouse X. Here we go, mouse X, and we put it in there. Okay, so now when I press go, up, let me try it again. My paddle is working, and even if I lift it, the mouse upwards. My paddle's not going to travel with my mouse. It's just going to do right and left. And my game is almost finished. Okay, I'm going to stop it for now because now we have to set the U1. Okay, because we had already placed the score on the main screen, we still need to set the score so the U1 picks comes up and whatever we want the score to be. So I'm going to click on score, and now I'm going to program my score. I need my events. Here's my event. We do not create this. We are going to come here to here, and we're going to find hide. Hide has to come from here, from looks. Do not go here. Okay, control, we're going to wait until, so okay, so we did the hide. We're going to grab our wait until, which is down here. There we go. We're going to use the operations. We need the greater than sign, which is this one right here. So I'm going to put my sign right here. This one, I'm going to put my score at 50 instead of 5. And then I need the word score. I'm going to go back to looks. I'm going to click on show. And then the last event is going to be wait all. So. Okay, sorry, stop all. All right, my game should be completed. Let me try playing it. Okay, so everything is working perfectly. Okay, so let's try the game again to make sure everything's working okay. I had to make an adjustment to my score. My score wasn't changing, and the reason for that, where it says up here, change score by 1, that just means that every time you click the paddle, it's going to either be 1 point or 2 points, however you want to set it up to be. So I changed it to 1. It was originally at 0. I'm going to make the corrections now. When I press my flag, oh, I lost. Let me try it again. There it goes. 1, 2, 3. So my score's working perfectly, and I need to get better at my game. Okay, guys. So what you're going to do now, you're going to go to File. I'm going to change my game to underwater paddleball. I named it, but you guys are going to come here. You're going to hit new. Remember, you're going to get rid of the cat, and you're going to start setting up your backgrounds and your sprites and have fun. Okay, log out from here and open up Scratch. You can find Scratch in Mrs. Camacho's website. Again, you're going to go MR and automatically pops up. You're going to hit return. You're going to leave from the tutorial. You can go on to 2nd grade. And at the bottom of 2nd grade, once it loads, it should have Scratch pop up. Okay? You're just going to click on the cat and you should be okay, ready to go. Okay, guys, have fun. Here we go. You press Scratch and you can log in over here. So make sure that if you see somebody else's name, you log out and log in under yourself. Remember to log in is first name, last name, no spaces, and your school password. Do not put your email on here because you will not be able to log on. Have fun.